Hey everybody, Tom DiMartino here. How you doing today? Today is really a lesson, kind of a demonstration of the use of sources on the drum set, or what I call colors on the drum set. One of my favorite drummers has always been Steve Gadd, who was a master of utilizing the little nuances on the set and basically getting some very cool rhythms going. And it always recorded so well. You know, when you use the colors properly and the sources on the set the way he did, it always seems to come out really cool in the recording. Really what this is all about is a hand-to-hand, very simple pattern that you can utilize with the hi-hat and the bell and the snare, and we'll show some embellishments and some other things you could sort of add into it. So let's get started. We're going to start with putting both hands on the hi-hat, and this is sort of a triangular kind of a pattern in that we're going to go from the hi-hat to the bell to the snare, back to the bell, and then to the hi-hat. What most people do, most students that I have, the trouble they have is they go to the bell, to the snare, and then they take the shortcut back to the hi-hat. But in essence, we're going to complete this triangle, and we're going to go hand to hand. We're going to lead right. It's just going to be a right, left pattern. And basically it's counted to the 16th notes as 1 E-enda, 2 E-enda, 3 E-enda, 4 E-enda. So I'll do it hands only, and then we'll add the kick. If you can, utilize the beads of the stick. It gives a nice high end to the hi-hat. Not that half sticks wouldn't be flavorful. It's just that when you're up here you get a really good bounce. And you'll also see why it's important when we start adding the kick. So again, leading right, basically just 1 E-enda, 2 E-enda, 3 E-enda, 4 E-enda, 1. So get comfortable with that, and when you kind of get proficient at that, you feel kind of comfortable with that, add a 1 and 3 on the kick. It'll sound like this. One real important factor with this, again, is to stay hand to hand. The left hand is really kind of stationary, where the right actually does most of the traveling. When you're adding your kick, make sure it's nice and tight, you know, with on the hi-hat. And then what we're going to do at this point is utilize what Gadd did, and that is to sort of funk it up a little bit and add a little 16th note on your kick, so it would sort of sound like this. Now for righty drummers, coming with that double kick means that your right hand's going to come back and it's going to be a left-right when you do that kick. Make sure of that, because if you are a righty, you may be prone to doing it right-left and throw your sticking off. So again, it's really this really slowly. When you finally get proficient with that, you really got pretty much the beat right there that you can throw into just about anything. It's actually utilized as a fill sometimes too, but it's a really cool beat, really colors things up. And then when you kind of feel like everything's just, you know, pretty much intact, then maybe you can embellish a little bit on the hi-hat as well, which is what Steve does too. And I'll just pick that up a little bit and kind of play with the hi-hat, and you'll get I guess a real good earful of why this works and why the colors work and the sources work. And one really good question one of my students had was, where do I look when I actually play this? Should I be concentrating on the bell? Should I worry about the left hand? And my thought process was that the hard part is the traveling of the right hand, so I would focus more toward the right side, looking at trying to hit that bell. And if you don't hit it every single time, so be it. you know, even if you get close to it, it's really pretty cool. So try to keep your focus here. Your left hand, like I said, is stationary, so it's really not going to fall with the hi-hat as long as you got a good stroke path going on it. So play with that a little bit, break it down, use the 1 and 3 on the kick, then add the double, and then sort of throw in your hi-hat work. And again, you know, make up your own stuff too. I mean, this is just really just some ideas. It's a Gadd-like kind of a rhythm, and like I said, you can use it in various ways. So work it, and we'll see you next time.